What if I told you that one of the strangest, most bizarre stories in history wasn't about war, politics, or money, but about hats, specifically straw hats? In 1922, New York City exploded into pure chaos as mobs of men began attacking anyone, and I mean anyone, caught wearing a straw hat after September 15th. Yes, you heard me right. They were beating people up over a fashion rule. It's one of those unbelievable stories that sounds completely made up, but I promise you, it's strange but true. So, let's set the scene. Back in the early 1900s, men's fashion followed a very strict, unspoken code. One of the weirdest rules was that straw hats were only considered acceptable between May 15th and September 15th. After that date, you were expected to switch to a felt hat for the fall. There was no actual law enforcing this, it was all social pressure. But breaking this rule was seen as a sign of disrespect, especially in a bustling city like New York. This odd bit of etiquette became so deeply ingrained in the culture that if someone dared to wear a straw hat out of season, other people felt totally justified in knocking it right off their head. It's a fascinating look at how the strange universe of human behavior can turn a simple custom into a bizarre form of social control. So what exactly happened in 1922 to turn this weird tradition into a citywide brawl? It all started one night in mid-September when a group of teenagers decided to have some fun by enforcing the cutoff date. They started roaming the streets near Mulberry Street, snatching and smashing the straw hats off men's heads. But that night, they made a critical mistake. They picked on the wrong guys, a group of tough dock workers who were not about to let some kids destroy their property. They fought back hard, and what began as a juvenile prank quickly spiraled into full-blown street riots. Crowds swelled into the hundreds. The police tried to intervene but were overwhelmed, arresting dozens of people, some for defending their hats, others for starting the fights. The city that never sleeps suddenly became the city that brawls over headwear. It's one of those truly weird historical facts that perfectly illustrates how a tiny social rule can ignite an unbelievable story that no fiction writer could even invent. The situation was getting completely out of control. By the next night, things had escalated dramatically. Mobs of young men were roaming through Manhattan and the Bronx, their only goal to find any man still stubbornly wearing a straw hat. Newspapers at the time described the scenes as wild confusion. People were being beaten with sticks. Some even had their hats set on fire right in the street. The violence got so bad that factories actually stopped producing straw hats early because demand just vanished overnight. The creepy part is that no one really knew who started it all. It was this anonymous, leaderless chaos, yet everyone seemed to jump in. This strange event became a form of hat vigilantism, turning fashion police